Welcome to Learner's Prep. In this session, we'll solve some more problems based on the concept of mixtures and alligations. This is the third session in this topic of mixtures and alligations. Question number 26. The average marks of a class is 75. The average marks of the girls is 85 and that of the boys is 65. What is the percentage of boys? So let us draw the allegation. We have two categories of students, boys and girls. The average marks of the boys is 65. So for boys, the average marks are 65. And average marks of the girls is 85. And for the whole class, the average marks are 75. So let us find out the difference here from allegation. So the highest value minus mean, 85 minus 75, it is 10, and mean minus the lowest value, 75 minus 65, so that is 10. So the ratio of boys to girls is 10:10, which is equal to 1:1. So here both the boys and girls are in the ratio of 1:1. So what is the percentage of boys? Boys are one part out of two parts. To find the percentage, multiply by 100. So this is 2 ones, 2 50s. So that is equals to 50% is the percentage of boys. This is percentage of boys is 50%. The correct answer is option B is the right answer. Question number 27. A person travels the first 4 hours of a journey at a speed of 75 km per hour and the remaining 6 hours at a speed of 60 km per hour. Find his average speed for the entire journey. So first of all, for 4 hours, the speed is 75 km per hour. So for 4 hours, the speed is 75 km per hour. Next, for the next 6 hours, the speed is 60 km per hour. So we don't know the average speed. The average speed for the entire journey, let us assume it as x and find out the differences now. The differences are by allegation. The differences are 75 minus x and x minus 60. Mean minus the lower value, the higher value minus mean. So this is the ratio of timings. X minus 60 is to x 75 minus x. So this is the ratio of timings. So according to the question, the timings are 4 hours and 6 hours. So the ratio, if you take for 4 and 6, you will get 2:3. So the ratio of timings according to the question is 2:3. So this we have to equate it to 2:3. Now, according to the rule of proportion, product of means and product of extremes are equal. So that is multiply extremes and means. So the products are equal. So this is 3x minus 180 is equals to 150 minus 2x. So that is 3x plus 2x is equals to 150 plus 180. 5x is equals to 330. X is equals to 66. So this is a average speed for the entire journey. So average speed for the entire journey is 66 kilometers per hour. 66 kilometers per hour. So this is the answer. Correct answer is option A. Question number 28. A distance of 300 kilometers can be covered in 5 hours. When some part of the journey is covered at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour and the remaining part at 80 kilometers per hour. Find the distance covered at 40 kilometers per hour. So there are two speeds here. One is 40 kilometers per hour and other is 80 kilometers per hour. So draw the alligation for both the speeds 40 and 80. So the average speed for the entire journey is 300 kilometers and the time taken is 5 hours. So that is 300 by 5 is 60 kilometers per hour. This is the average speed for the entire journey, 60. So this is the average speed for the entire journey. Now find the differences in alligation. So this is 80 minus 60 is 20. 60 minus 40 is 20. So here the ratio of timings is ratio of time is 20:20, which is equal to 1:1. Time is 1:1. So that means 1 hour. So the time taken is 1 hour. So 20:20, that is a ratio. So here the time taken is it is in the ratio of 1:1. The total time is 5 hours here. So total time is 5 hours. So total time for the entire journey is 5 hours. This 5 hours is travelled in 1:1 ratio. So 5 hours should be divided in 1:1 ratio. So the distance travelled at 40 kilometers per hour is 5 into 1 by 2 is how much time? It is 5 by 2 hours. 5 by 2 hours, which is equals to 2.5 hours. So the time taken is 2.5 hours at the speed of 40 kilometers per hour. So distance is equal to speed into time. Speed into time. So here the speed is 40 kilometers per hour and the time taken is 2.5 hours. So that is 40 into 2.5, that gives us 100 kilometers. The distance travelled is 100 kilometers. So even the time taken for 80 kilometers per hour speed also 2.5 hours. So if you multiply 80 into 2.5, you will get the distance travelled at the speed of 80 kilometers per hour. So here the question is to find the distance at the speed of 40 kilometers per hour. So that is 100 kilometers. Option B is the right answer. Question number 29. In states X and Y, the male population is 70% and 40% respectively of their total population. If the combined male population of both states is 55% of the total population, then the total population of state Y is what percent of that of state X? So here we have two states X and Y. So their male populations are 70% and 40% for X and Y. So the average population is 55. Male population is 55. So let us find out the differences. So the differences are 70 minus 55, that is 15. Similarly, 55 minus 40 is also 15. So the ratio of populations is 15 is to 15. 15 is to 15, which is equals to 1 is to 1. So the ratio of populations of states X and Y is 1 is to 1. So here the question is, population of state Y is what percent of population of state X? So we have to compare population of state Y with that of state X. So 1 divided by 1 multiplied by 100, since we are finding the percentage. So 1 divided by 1 is nothing but 1 only. If you multiply with 100, you will get 100%. So state Y population is 100% of population of state X. So 100% is the correct answer. Option D is the right answer. Question number 30. The ratio of expenditure and savings is 2 is to 1. If income increases by 20% and savings increases by 10%, then by how much percent should expenditure increase? So we will write down income and expenditure and savings. So we have three things. Income is equals to expenditure plus savings, or otherwise income minus expenditure is equal to savings. So the ratio of expenditure and savings is 2 is to 1. So let us assume the income a multiple of 3, because expenditure and savings together it becomes 3 parts. So let us assume income as 30, it is a multiple of 10. So then in 2 is to 1 ratio, if you take expenditure and savings, this is 20 and this is 10. Now this is the initial data. If income increases by 20%, so income should increase by 20%. So 10% is 3, 20% is 6. So then it becomes 36. The second case, it becomes 36. This is the second case. 20% income increases. Savings increases by 10%. So 10% of 10 is 1. So if you add 1, it becomes 11. Now expenditure will be income minus savings. So income minus savings, 36 minus 11 is 25. So expenditure is 25. So expenditure is increasing from 20 to 25. How much is increasing? It is increasing by 5. So this 5 is what percent in 20? 5 by 20 multiplied by 100. So this is 5 ones, 20 ones, 25s. So the remaining is 25. So expenditure is increasing by 25%. Expenditure should increase by 25%. When the income is increasing 20% and savings by 10%, expenditure will increase by 25%. Correct answer is option C. Question number 31. Ravi's expenditure and savings are in the ratio of 4 is to 1. His income increases by 20% and his expenditure increases by 25%. By what percentage do his savings increase? So let us write down the titles. So the titles are income, expenditure and savings. So it is expenditure and savings. In the first case, they are in the ratio of 4:1. So it should be a multiple of 5. So multiple of 5. So we will take it as 100. Income will take it as 100. Expenditure is so 4:1 ratio. If you divide, this will become 80. This will become 20. The ratio of 4:1. So to 100 we have to make total 5 parts. 4 parts is expenditure and 1 part is savings. Next, in the second case, income increases by 20%. So income should increase by 20%. It should become 120. And his expenditure increases by 25%. So expenditure 25%. 80, 25% is 1/4. 1/4 is how much? 20. So if you increase 20, it will become 100. So expenditure will become 100. So now what will be the savings? Savings is 120 minus 100. 120 minus 100, that is 20. Savings is 20. So savings is remaining same. There is no change. So by what percent it is increasing? It is increasing by 0%. There is no increase. So we should consider it as increase of 0%. So correct answer is option C. Question number 32. A sum of ₹8 is made up of 100 coins, which are either 10 paisa or 5 paisa coins. How many coins are of 5 paisa? So we have two types of coins here. One is 10 paisa coins and other is 5 paisa coins. And total we have 100 coins and their total worth is 8 rupees. So 8 rupees is nothing but 800 paisa. So the average value, let us find out average value of a coin. Average value of a coin is, so total value is 800 paisa and we have total 100 coins. So if you simplify this, you will get 8 paisa. The average value of a coin is 8 paisa. So for allegation purpose, we will write 8 here. Find out the difference now. So the difference of 10 and 8 is 2. The difference of 8 and 5 is 3. So that means the number of 10 paisa coins and 5 paisa coins are in the ratio of 3:2. Ratio of coins is 3:2. So we need to find out number of 5 paisa coins. So number of 5 paisa coins. Number of 5 paisa coins. So there are 2 parts out of 5 parts. 2 parts out of 5 parts. So the ratio is 3:2. So total 5 parts. So out of that 2 parts is 5 paisa coins and there are 100 coins totally. So multiply 100 with 2 by 5. So this is 5 ones, 5 20s. So we have 2 into 20. 40 coins are there of 5 paisa. So to find out 10 paisa coins, we should multiply 100 with 3 by 5. So that becomes 60. So 40 5 paisa coins are there. So the remaining will be 10 paisa coins. So 40 is the correct answer. Option B is the right answer. Question number 33. How many bananas at 5 per 1 rupee should be mixed with 300 bananas at 4 per 1 rupee 20 paisa so that the mixture can be sold at 3 rupees per dozen? So here we have prices of bananas for different denominations. So we have to find out price of each banana and draw the allegation. So first of all, the cost of 5 bananas is 1 rupee. So 1 rupee is nothing but 100 paisa. So 100 paisa divided by 5. So that is 20 paisa. The cost of each banana, in the first case it is 20 paisa. Next, in the second case, 4 bananas per 1 rupee 20 paisa. So 1 rupee 20 paisa is 120 paisa. 4 bananas. So that is 30 paisa. So in the second case, price of each banana is 30 paisa. And these are 300 bananas. So these are 300 bananas. So this we don't know. And we are selling it dozen per 3 rupees. So 3 rupees is 300 paisa. And dozen bananas. Dozen is nothing but 12. So 300 if you divide by 12. So 12 twos and 60, 12 5s 60. So the average price is 25 paisa is the average price. So draw the allegation and find the differences. This is 25 minus 20 is 5. 30 minus 25 is also 5. So ratio of number of bananas. Ratio of number of bananas is 5:5. Is 5:5, which is nothing but 1:1. So that means the number of bananas are equal in both the cases. So here number of bananas we have to mix up at the rate of 1 rupee for 5 the same number. So number of bananas to be mixed. Number of bananas to be mixed is 300. So it is the same as the number of bananas at the price of 1 rupee 20 paisa for 4. So 300 is the correct answer. Option B is the right answer. Question number 34. In a farm, there are cows and hens. If the total number of heads is 150 and the total number of legs is 420, how many hens are there? So here we have two types of creatures, cows and hens. A cow will have 4 legs and hens will have 2 legs. So let us draw allegation for number of legs. For number of legs, we will draw the allegation. So one for cows and another for hens. Cows and hens. So for cow, you will have 4 legs and hens will have 2 legs. And average legs of both the types of animals. So actually cow is a bird. So average legs. So average number of legs. So average number of legs is total we have 420 legs and we have total 150 creatures. So that is, if you simplify, 0 gets cancelled, 42 by 15. So that is 15 2s 30, 12 remains, point 12 becomes 120, 15 8s are 120. So 2.8 is the average legs of both the types of cows and hens. So now let us find the differences. So this is 4 minus 2.8, so that is 1.2. 2.8 minus 2, that is 0.8. So this is a ratio of number of cows and hens. Ratio of cows and hens. Ratio of cows and hens is how much? 0.8 is to 1.2. So we can eliminate the decimals by multiplying both the terms by 10. We will get 8 is to 12. Simplified further, 4 2s 4 3s. 2 is to 3 is the ratio of cows and hens. So we need to find out the number of hens. So number of hens is 3 parts. Number of hens is 3 parts out of 5 parts. And there are total, how many heads are there? 150 heads are there. So that means total number of creatures are 150. So in that 3 parts is hens. Simplify this. 5 30s and 3 into 30 is 90. So there are 90 hens and 60 cows. So 90 is the correct answer. Correct answer is option A is the right answer. Question number 35. Ravi travels at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour for some time. After this, he travels at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour for 20 minutes. If the average speed of the entire journey is 36 kilometers per hour, find the time for which he traveled at 30 kilometers per hour. So there are two speeds here. So one is 30 kilometers per hour and the other is 45 kilometers per hour. So he is traveling for 20 minutes. He is traveling for 20 minutes at the speed of 45 kilometers per hour. Now the average speed for the entire journey is 36. So let us find the differences. This is 36 minus 30 is 6. This is 45 minus 36 is 9. So this is the ratio of timings. Ratio of timings. Ratio of timings is 9 is to 6. So if you simplify, 3 is to 2. This is a ratio of timings, 3 is to 2. So according to the question, 2 parts is 20 minutes. So according to the question, 2 parts is 20 minutes. 2 parts is 20 minutes. And we need to find out 3 parts. The time traveled at 30 kilometers per hour. 3 parts we need to find out. How many minutes? So that is 20 by 2 into 3. So 2 ones, 2 tens. So 10 threes, 30 minutes. So 30 minutes is the correct answer. So the time traveled at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour is 30 minutes. The correct answer is option A is the right answer. Question number 36. The ratio of oil and petrol in a container is 4:1. Then 10 liters of mixture is taken out and replaced with petrol. After this, the ratio of oil and petrol becomes 3:2. Find the initial quantity of oil in the mixture. So here there is a replacement, removing and replacement. So we need to use the concerned formula. So here the mixture is taken out and the petrol is added. The oil content is not added. So we need to compare the concentration of oil here, because the concentration of oil is only changing here. Because we are not adding any oil, only petrol is added. So we have to compare the concentration of oil. So the concentration of oil initially it was 4/5. 4 parts out of 5 parts is concentration of oil. So from this 10 liters is taken out. So the total quantity we don't know. Let us assume it as X. So 10 liters is taken out. So then the concentration of oil finally it becomes 3 parts out of 5 parts. 3 parts out of 5 parts. So that is 3/5. So if you simplify this, we can find the value of X, that is the initial quantity of the mixture. So from that 4 parts will be oil, 1 part will be petrol. So let us simplify this. So 1 minus 10/x is equals to 3/5 into 5/4. 5 gets cancelled. So what is remaining? 1 minus 10/x is equals to 3/4. 1 minus 3/4 is equals to 10/x. 1/4 is equals to 10/x. By cross multiplication, x is equals to 40. X is equals to 40. So that means the total quantity is 40 liters. So the quantity of oil in the mixture. So oil is 4 parts out of 40 liters. So quantity of oil is 4 parts. So because the initially it was 4 parts, right? So 4 parts out of 5 parts in 40 liters of mixture. So if you simplify this, 5 8s 40. 4 into 8 is equals to 32 liters. So 32 liters is the quantity of oil and petrol will be 8 liters. So the correct answer is option B is the right answer. Question number 37. A jar contains a mixture of two liquids A and B in the ratio of 3:2. When 20 liters of the mixture is drawn off and the jar A is filled with liquid B, the ratio of A and B becomes 3:4. What was the original quantity of the solution? So this is a similar question. So quantity A we have to compare here. So initial concentration of liquid A is 3 parts out of 5 parts. Since we are adding liquid B, so liquid A we are not adding. So we have to equate the concentrations of liquid A. Liquid A is 3/5 parts. From this 20 liters is taken out. 1 minus 20 by total quantity we should assume as X. So final concentration of liquid A is 3 parts out of 7 parts. So 3:4 ratio. So the 3 parts is liquid A, final concentration of liquid A. simplify now. So 1 minus 20 by x is equals to 3 by 7 into 5 by 3. 3 gets cancelled and the remaining is 1 minus 20 by x is equals to 5 by 7. So that is 1 minus 5 by 7 is equals to 20 by x. So 2 by 7 is equals to 20 by x. So if you cross multiply, x is equals to 140 by 2. So that is 140 by 2 is 70. 140 by 2 is 70. So the original quantity is 70 liters. So original quantity of the mixture. Original quantity of the mixture is 70 liters. So this is the correct answer. Answer is option C is the right answer. Question number 38. A vessel contains 40 liters of acid and water in the ratio of 3:2. If 10 liters of the mixture is taken out and 5 liters of water is added, what is the ratio of acid and water in the final solution? So here we have acid and water. Acid and water. So total quantity is 40 liters in the ratio of 3:2. So total 5 parts. Each part will be 8 liters. So 3 parts will be 24 liters and 2 parts will be 16 liters. So from this 10 liters of the mixture is taken out. So 10 liters is taken out. So that removal will be in the ratio of 3:2. So how much acid is removed? Acid removed. Acid removed is 10 into 3 parts out of 5 parts. So in the same ratio of 3:2, oil and acid and water are removed. So 3:5. Sorry, 3 by 5. So that is 6 liters of acid is removed. Next, water removed. Water removed. So that will be 10 into 2 by 5. 2 parts of water is removed. So that means 4 liters of water is removed. So let us remove here 6 liters and 4 liters. So if you remove, this will become, after removal, we are again adding 5 liters of water. So 5 liters of water we are adding. So finally we are getting here 24 minus 6, 18. So this is 16 minus 4, 12. 12 plus 5, 17. So the ratio is becoming 18:17. So ratio is becoming, final ratio. So final ratio is 18:17. So this is in the lowest term. So 18:17. Correct answer is option D is the right answer. Question number 39. Vessel A contains 120 liters of a mixture of milk and water in the ratio of 4:1. Vessel B contains 180 liters of mixture in the ratio of 7:2. If the mixture from both the vessels are poured into vessel C, find the ratio of milk to water in the resulting mixture. So we'll take milk and water. milk and water. And we have vessel A, vessel B, vessel A and vessel B. Both of them are mixed in vessel C. So this is vessel A contains 120 liters. So this is 120 liters and this is 180 liters. So milk and water in the ratio of 4:1. So 4:1, total 5 parts. Total 5 parts, 120 divided by 5 is 24. So 4 parts will be 24 into 4, 96. 96 liters of milk, and 1 part, 24 liters is water. Similarly, vessel B, 180 liters in the ratio of 7:2, total 9 parts. 7 plus 2, 9 parts. Each part will be 20 liters. So 20 sevens, 7 parts will be 140. And then this is 40. 40. 20 each part, 2 parts will be 40. So they are both poured into vessel C. So add them. So here 64. This becomes 64. So this becomes 6, 3, 236. So the ratio of milk is to water is 236 is to 64. So let us simplify this. 236 is to 64. So divisible by so 200 by 2 table, 2 ones, 2 ones, 2 eights. Then again 2 threes, 2 twos. Then again by 2 table, 2 fives, 2 nines. Then again 2 ones, 2 six. So 59 and 16. So this is a ratio. So ratio in vessel C, ratio in vessel C is 59 is to 16. Ratio of milk and water in vessel C is 59 is to 16. Option C is the right answer. Question number 40. A 36 liters vessel contains alcohol and water in the ratio of 4:5. How many liters of the mixture must be removed and replaced with water so that the ratio of alcohol and water becomes 2:7? So here we have to replace water. So we have to compare the concentration of alcohol. So initial alcohol percentage is 4 parts out of 9 parts. So alcohol, so we should compare concentration of alcohol. So alcohol is 4 parts out of 9 parts. So how many liters we have to replace, we don't know. 1 minus x by total we have 36 liters. Total quantity we know here. How much we are replacing, we don't know. Since we don't know how much quantity we are replacing, assume it as x. And final concentration of alcohol is 2 parts out of 9 parts. So 2 by 9. Now simplify this. 1 minus x by 36 is equals to 2 by 9 into 9 by 4. 9 gets cancelled. 2 ones, 2 twos. So that is 1 minus x by 36 is equals to 1 by 2. 1 minus 1 by 2 is equal to x by 36. So that is 1 by 2 is equals to x by 36. So by cross multiplication, we get x x by 36. 1 by 2 is equals to x by 36. Yeah, 2x is equals to 36. X is equals to 36 by 2, that is 18. So that means 18 liters of water should be replaced. 18 liters of water to be replaced. So the correct answer is option C is the correct answer. So these are the problems based on the concept of mixtures and alligation. So I tried to cover almost all the models of this concept of mixtures and alligation. So if you come across any more models and any other methods of solving these questions, you can mention them in the comment box. I tried maximum to use the short methods to solve these problems. So if you come across any other short methods, you can mention them in the comment box. So I'll try to incorporate them in the next sessions. So we will meet you in the next session with one more different concept. Thank you.